Making sure that the stream is going public. Everything should be, yep, excellent collection. Let's go. We're live. We are live. It says, yep, there we go. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I am not dead. This week has been long, but it's all paid off. Yo, what is going on, guys? It's been a hot minute. This is a Q&A video for the Thegamingtrouge. I actually had this planned out to do it on Monday. Certain stuff happened. I wasn't able to come on Monday, so I decided to stream now. Hopefully, you guys, whoever is going to be jumping into the stream, is having a good day. We are, I just got done rewatching a bunch of stuff. I say rewatching. We actually paused because we actually had kind of bad internet. So we got, while over here, we finished the presentation. And, oh gosh, it was some games. We got some games, guys. We got some games. As you can tell from the picture I'm casting, Halo Infinite definitely delivered. I am excited. You guys know me. My first video game review that I've done on the channel was Halo, and I love the trilogy. I love Reach. I love ODST. 4 was okay. He's still watching the Jeff what's his face? I can't think of his name off the top of my head. The post event. Where he's talking with a bunch of other people about the event. So maybe I'll find out some other news after it. But I wanted to jump onto this so I can get the Q&A going. You guys can ask me stuff about the Xbox event. You guys can ask me stuff about whatever. But even if you can't make it to the stream, please do so in the comments below at the end of the video. But I'm going to stop talking for a little bit so we can get some breathing room in. We got, oh my gosh, what do we got? I guess, what we could do is we can kind of show off the, let's show off the game, the 4K FPS. Well, is that, oh, that's the entire show, isn't it? Oh, okay. So we could probably go and find some instances in the show where we can go and talk about, and I think we're just going to go down the list, and I'm going to go and kind of explain some stuff, as we start off, so. Let's make sure that this is booped up. Make sure that this is booped up so I can hear it. So yeah, I knew from the beginning what I'm actually going to go quickly give that a like. I knew from the beginning that this was going into this presentation. I knew a couple things. The YouTube channel Game Explained did a video talking about the predictions, and I kind of went with a little bit of the predictions. They said that they were going to start off with Halo, and they're going to end with Fable, because those are two big franchises that haven't really got the attention that they've really deserved. Halo got the Master Chief Collection, yes, and a lot of people hate the online system, which is funny to think about because I can never get into any online matches now after I've done that, so yeah, it's a little bit weird, but yeah, the way that they've been, the way that everything just has been going on with Halo and Microsoft have always been kind of hit or miss for the last decade. But this video shows off everything that that Halo was basically meant to be, like this intro cutscene that plays right here. As you seeing all this stuff build up, and I think in a second you hear Katana speak. But yeah, I'm excited, guys. As you can tell, I'm exhausted. But yeah, definitely.
The Mjolnir exosuit is now complete.
They're talking about the Mjolnir suit and stuff like that. I knew, especially after she said the Mjolnir suit, I knew they were talking about Halo still. Let's go get some gameplay. Let's go to the gameplay perspective of this, because I feel like that's what I'm going to be kind of talking over. First off, I don't know what to think about this guy that will come up. I honestly don't. I feel like he's going to become the next sidekick, because we don't know what happened to Cortana. I haven't really been keeping up with Halo Infinite's story or how they're portraying it. But yeah, it goes from the cutscene seamlessly into the gameplay, and I'm like, what? Like, at this point, I'm only, like, jaw dropped of, like, how, like, detailed everything is. But then it keeps going, and it's, like, beautiful. You hear birds and stuff in the background. And then, of course, you hear, like, the aliens over there trying to shoot you. The little grunts. To be honest, if this game gets a demo release before the full game comes out, I'm probably going to die. I'm not going to joke. I'm not kidding. Like, I'm basically going to die right here. But just as much stuff in, like, just as much detail. One second, I'm going to full screen this out so you guys can kind of see it. It's a tad bit better. But, like, the way that all this looks, it looks so beautiful. And this isn't even, like, the 4K, like, screen. Obviously, it says 4K, 60 FPS, whatever. But my computer doesn't go that far. But even just at the normal, what is the default? The default is 1080. It looks beautiful. Like, you could see how much glass plates there is. You could see, like, everything about this. And it looks so good. And then we get to the Warthog. And it's like, oh my gosh. It just looks so beautiful. What's up? Novatron, how have you been? How do you feel about the fight yourself between? I'm probably going to win. Let's be real. I will get to why in a second. But I don't know. I feel like this year's winning pretty well for me, and I'm probably going to end up winning. I don't know. It all depends on luck because it's CPU based, but I'm obviously going to vote for me. Yeah, that's what I say about that, buddy. But going back to the Halo video here, the way that, like, it's almost instantaneous as soon as you jump into a vehicle and as soon as you jump out of a vehicle. It's, like, beautiful. And I feel like, and this is kind of a theory, they're going to kind of take it in a Mario Odyssey type of way when it comes to level progression. Level progression is going to be kind of weird when it comes down to at least this Halo game. Because I definitely know, like, Halo in general has been more of, like, mission to mission to mission. And there hasn't really been, like, a free roaming place in these games. And that's kind of been the same for Mario. If they're doing the same thing as they're doing with, like, how they did with Mario Odyssey, I feel like it's going to become the same way. Because you could tell, like, over here, like, there's a bunch of areas. And you can also set waypoints. So you could do, like, 5 or 6 different missions probably in an area, and you can, like, set a waypoint to go there, similar to Breath of the Wild. But that's kind of the way that that's the kind of way I'm doing, how I'm thinking how Halo is going to be like. And there's an upgrades menu which I figured out, so you could potentially get, like, elements of JRPG, or just an RPG in general, where, like, you get stat boosts, you get, like, different types of weapons. Maybe you'll get back the jetpack and stuff that we've gotten way before. Like, just different stuff like that. I feel like that's what's really going to put this game on the map. Is that they're just going to do everything. And then, yeah, as we're going to tell from the Warthog over here, this dude is just vibing in the Warthog, and then from one jump, like, he gets some serious air, and then he just lands like it ain't no thing. Like, he just lands like, boom. Like, I remember, like, I was even playing Halo 3 with my girlfriend not too long ago, and she got into a Warthog, and she went, like, barrel rolling, like, sideways and stuff like that. And she's like, ah! And that's kind of the same. Look, it's not going to be the same thing anymore, as it's just going to be, like, nice jumping, nice smooth jumping, which I love, by the way. It's so that I can actually get from point A to point B without having to worry about my car flipping, like, every other way. And so, yeah. And then we get to let's go and get to some. Let's go see the driving hug real quick. Yeah. If Colton's still in the stream, they actually have. One second, I can actually just go open up this real quick and move it over here, so I can keep up with the chat. Let me go quickly stay up and to date with the chat. But yeah, 2 people watching. Nice. So, like, oh yeah. Oh crap, that echo. Nah. So, essentially what they have now is that you can get, like, all Spider-Man up in the Sizzle, and you can, like, grapple hook. onto different places. Like right here, like he picks up one of the pulse weapons, and this music is just slaps. It's so good. Just Spider-Man left and right. Like, this is something that I think is going to get very abused in multiplayer. Because you can be like, you can think you get someone, or maybe this weapon won't be used in multiplayer. But you see, like, you can just like grapple different types of stuff, and it's just, it's going to make the levels and the gameplay so like different. And then of course that monologue near the end, as you see the brutes, like the detail on that guy is just, it looks insane.
Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs. Fight hard. I
Like, he looks like he has the Sharingan from Naruto in there. Like, this just looks sick. This game is going to be sick. It is going to be on the Series X, the new system, Xbox One for all generations, and Windows PC. This is going to be a big game, and only Halo 5 is already taking up 100 and something terabytes on my Xbox, and so I'm excited. I hope everyone that's in the stream is excited for this game. It's really going to push the FPS genre further than I think any other game has done, and that is a heck of a statement because of how much like games like Doom Eternal has been like all up in your face and stuff like that. I feel like that this was going to be a good multiplayer game. Excuse me, I just had a drink before I did this. I got a little bit gassy. State of Decay, I don't really have anything to really say about State of Decay other than it looks way detailed. I do think that it's definitely going to be one of those games that I'm going to look at and be like, this game is pretty and it does look beautiful, but I have never played a State of Decay game before, so I have nothing to really say about that. We talked about a little bit about the Xbox. Forza Motorsport, again, I haven't really played. I think I've played one of them on the 360, and it was a good racing game. But the way that here, there you go. I'm going to turn down the volume so I'm not screaming. I just realized how loud this game was. But yeah, the way that yeah, Forza Motorsport, it looks interesting. I would play it kind of. Like, I'll probably give it a shot on an Xbox Series X, but I don't think that this is going to be a game that I'm going to be playing. I don't think this is going to take over any of the other racing games that I've played, which I do like that goofy, like, Mario Kart type of game, Crash Team Racing type of game, where I can, like, fight to get up in first place. If it's something like Forza Motorsport where it's, like, strict racing, I will probably play it for, like, 10 minutes maybe. Just because I feel like that there's better racing games out there for me. And definitely Forza has its fans. And that one's going to be exclusive. Oh, speaking of exclusive, let's talk about Rare. Let's talk about Rare. Okay. History with Rare. Obviously, a Nintendo-owned property forever. The Nintendo-owned company forever. They've owned Rare. When the Xbox entered the game, Microsoft bought out Rare, and they made a couple of good games out of it. Cameo, Elements of Power, Perfect Dark Zero. They've ported the Banjo-Kazooie games on there, and they've. I feel like those are some pretty decent titles, as well as bringing over Rare Replay, which has a bunch of different types of Rare games on there, like Killer Instinct, Jet Force Gemini. That was also a way good one from Nintendo, but they brought over to the Xbox platform, so that was pretty good. And the next project looks like a Zelda-esque game. Looks like a Zelda-esque game, and so like I'm almost like wanting this game like now because of how good it looks. And like the fact that we haven't really gotten that much of a fantasy like action adventure game to a Zelda clone since I think Cameo. It's kind of hard for me to say Cameo is like a game that's similar to Zelda because it's kind of its own beast, and I feel like that's what this game's going to be. But I feel like it's going to take a lot of inspiration, a lot of stuff from the Zelda series. But I can't think of the game's name off the top of my head. I just 1 second. Everwild. That's what it's called. But yeah, Xbox Series X, Windows PC. I'm definitely probably going to play this one if I get a Series X. I probably won't get it on launch day. I'm saying that right now. Probably won't get the Series X on launch day if I don't have a job by then. But 2020, anything can happen. Let's put it that way. What's the next game that I found interesting? This drama type of game. Tell Me Why. Again, looks interesting. Probably not going to play it. Those types of games was like human driven. It kind of like, obviously, it just like Forza, it has an audience for it. I'm not ready to target audience. It looks beautiful though, and I could definitely see a lot of people playing it on YouTube, if that makes any sense. If a lot of the story-based games are probably going to get streamed onto YouTube, Twitch, Mix, so probably a lot of whatever the live streaming platform will be. It probably won't be the biggest game on there, but I definitely know it's going to be a game that's on there. Ori and the Blind Forest remake for Xbox Series X, running at 12 and 60 FPS. It looks pretty good. There's actually someone knocking at the door. Hey Dad, there's someone knocking at the door. 1 second. Hello. Are you the AC guy? Hello. Come on. I heard someone talking there. I don't know on the phone or what was going on. Nah, that's cool. I'll just have a swing around. How's it going? Oh, it's going. How are you doing? I'm good. So I figured out. I apologize for the AC guy coming, but yeah. He's going to fix that. So I will probably won't talk as loud, but definitely it's hot up here. If you guys don't know, like it got to 80 degrees when my dad left here yesterday, and so yeah, definitely he's going to try to talk. So I apologize for the noise in the background, but kind of going over Ori and the Blind Forest. It looks fine. I'm just going to mute it just so I don't have extra noise in the background. It looks fine. It looks beautiful. I think those games are pretty good like games. I haven't actually played through the second one. I definitely played Ori and the Blind Forest, and definitely this game basically like nailed it for me. And it's also going to be on. It's already on the other one. Frostbite. Wait, was that Frostbite? No. It was Private Deduction. That's the company's name. They're sort of like futuristic FPS type game. The Outer Wilds is actually getting more and more people to play it. I didn't really find the appeal of Outer Wilds that good. I know a lot of people liked it. I just like, okay, it's another sci-fi shooter type thing, and definitely I got a kick out of like the ads, the 50s-esque ads. I got a very big kick out of those. But then we got what is this? The small game. I forgot what it was called. The Ant-Man game. I think September 9th by Obsidian. I think they talk about this one right here. I'm just gonna watch the trailer because this is one of the best trailers put together.
You're waiting for the biggest game of the year. Then wait for Cyberpunk.
I think it's funny that they poked fun at Cyberpunk because that was like, I actually don't think we got any other footage since the E3 footage that we got with Keanu Reeves. I think that's like the one footage that we didn't get. I love how they like poke fun at their own names and stuff also. I'm trying to remember what the name of the game was called so I can get to it. The Grounded, that's what it was called. That one's actually going to come to the Series X as well as the original Xbox. I think it's going to be a pretty decent game all around. And then we got the next RPG that's going to come out. And I like that they acknowledge that there have been people bugging them about the RPG. And definitely, we didn't get any gameplay of it, but just how like magic and swords works, like I'm actually like I think it looks amazing.
Worth the weight of a crown.
Avowed. I can't really pronounce that. Oved. I feel like I'm mispronouncing it, but that's gonna be a Series X exclusive, and definitely we're already like halfway through the show, and we're already getting like exclusive games. This one I didn't really care that much about. It has a nice art style, but I don't really care anything else about it. Again, similar to drama games, I just as dusk falls. Again, probably an LP game maybe, but it just depends on how much people actually like it. The announcement of the second Hellblade. I've played through the first one. This game messes you up like crazy. Especially if you have headphones on because it uses 3D sound. I got around 30 minutes, maybe an hour into it, and I'm like, I'm done. It's definitely a definitely just. But yeah, that's nothing to it. Jack Black, being in the music. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's awesome that they got him in it. And I think if I just saw it, I think he voices a character. 1 second, does he voice a character? I'm trying to go back and see. Double Fine is also 20 years old. I did not know that. But yeah, Bowl of Light. I haven't played the first Psychonauts, but apparently it was an Xbox cult classic that's actually getting a sequel. I want to play it. I saw it at my local thrift shop that's here in our town, and definitely that's a game that I want to try out, especially because it looks a lot more colorful than its last counterpart, which was a little bit more with the line of a Tim Burton-esque feel. This is definitely a must-buy for me if I'm getting Series X, just because of how good it looks. And yeah, Psychonauts coming from. It's even going to be on the second Xbox, the main Xbox One, not the Series X. I still think it's going to be a good game, good kicker. And then we get to some more Destiny 2 stuff, which I'm like, okay, Destiny 2. It's been free to play for a little bit, as well as I believe it's always been on Game Pass, but I haven't checked it since then. But definitely the new DLC looks interesting. Destiny, it's a really fun game. I just haven't played that much the second one just because that type of RPG takes time, and I've been busy, as you could tell, with stuff like Kingdom Hearts. Even my personal life, I've been busy with stuff like Pokemon Soul Silver and just different RPGs that I'm playing throughout the day, as well as just living my normal life. And so with me jumping into stuff like Destiny, I have to get vested into it again. And definitely that's a game that I just need to get into. Let's be real. But
this is Destiny 2 that you can play any way you want thanks to
Stalker 2. Haven't really played Stalker 1 on the original PC. Again, I'm pretty sure that one was a PC exclusive. But it definitely looks beautiful. I will give it that. This game looks just as good as I believe the other game. Some of I think it was State of Decay 3 looked beautiful. This one I feel like is definitely going to be one that I need to play the first game in order to get just a tad bit of context, unless if they're going to pull like they did with every Pokemon game and just have here's the general plot of everything, and we're just going to change up how it's different this time around. But definitely a game that I would like to get on Xbox Series X. And considering that my dad's played the original one, it's just we already have someone that owns the first one, but again, that was on PC in the early 2000s. So this one I believe is what is it called? What do they call it? The Dark Tide, Warhammer Dark Tide. It gave me a lot of Tom Clancy vibes looking at it. I didn't know exactly what to think of it. It's definitely going to be one of those games that I feel like is also going to be a little bit story driven, kind of, as you can kind of tell in the cutscene. I think it might have a little bit of hints of like horror in it, but I think the most horror is most likely going to be a couple jump scares and stuff like that. But I don't know. It definitely seems interesting. These characters is the main reason why I called it a Tom Clancy-esque game. But then we got what do we got over here? Oh yeah, we got the announcement of Tetris. Who do you think is gonna win the fight? Me. Because I won the last one. I have a feeling I'm gonna win this one. There's no way I want to lose 2 times in a row. I'm gonna lose. I'm only on a winning streak. I think I'm hitting up with the sub count. I think the sub count is 82. I feel like I won't get this far because of a lot of stuff, but yeah, definitely I'm going to win the fight. But I also think that the combatant could also win. But going back to the games, we got Tetris. Coming to Xbox, and not just Tetris, but it was the one that the Jaywitz. I'm pretty sure he saw this and been like, "This is the only reason why I'm getting the Xbox One, because this was his game of the year in 2018, and it was because it's a faster paced Tetris, and it's not Tetris 99, but it's definitely a faster paced Tetris." I honestly thought that Tetris 99 was actually going to come to the Xbox and stuff instead of a Switch exclusive, because then I'll probably be able to play it because I have the online source for Tetris and stuff, but for Xbox, sorry. But Tetris Effect, definitely optimized single player, all new multiplayer. Tetris Effect Connected, Holiday 2020. This is also going to be on the Xbox One as well as the Series X. And the official Tetris product. 1985. Dang, you don't feel old. I wasn't even born yet, and I still feel old just looking at that. Because I grew up with Tetris. That was definitely one of the games I remember playing a lot. From the creators of SteamWorld. I don't know if this is SteamWorld Heist. I don't know what kind of game they're going for with this, but definitely I got a lot of SteamWorld Dig Heist whenever I looked at this game, and it looks like they're finally going to make a 3D one, because the last ones were, I believe, cell shaded. Oh, not even cell shaded, but like pixelated, like a 16-bit game. And so definitely I'm interested to see what the Geist, I think that's what it's called, the Gist. We're about to see the title if I can get to it. The Gunk, that's what it's called. And definitely that's going to be a game that I'm going to hop into as soon as I can. Real quick, all these games you're seeing right now, Halo Infinite, all this, you're going to see that this is actually all of it's going to come to Game Pass. So you will be able to play it as soon as they come out on Game Pass. They say that, but you have to wait for it to download and all that. And definitely with my potato Wi-Fi at the house, that's not going to work. But what is the next game? Global Entertainment. This one where you get to see 2 sides of a story. I think that this is an interesting idea, an interesting concept, and I feel like a couple games tackled like multiple worlds at the same time. And I feel like this is going to be the first one that's literally going to like elevate that process to a new level. But yeah, I definitely think that this one's similar to Hellblade. It's going to basically mess with your mind to the point of, is this a game or is this like actually happening? And even that thumbnail just looks, even that logo just looks kind of creepy. But definitely going to be one that I'm looking forward to even get my hands on. But yeah, seeing this for the first time, they are bringing back Phantasy Star Online to Xbox One. I haven't played Phantasy Star. I haven't really touched it much, but a lot of people said they played like a Final Fantasy game. And of course, you guys know me. I'm the Kingdom Hearts guy, Final Fantasy. I love those types of games. Definitely good games to stream on. And the new expansive world that they're working with on this game, I would love to give it a shot. Instead of a lot of people, I kind of compare it a little bit to Xenoblade from what I've seen of Xenoblade Chronicles. It looks a lot like it, and I'm definitely excited to see how they're going to take Phantasy Star to the Xbox On the topic of Sega, Sonic creator Yuji Naka actually is teaming up with Square Enix to make another game for Xbox Series X. I forgot what it was called. It was during the Jeff Keighley event, because that's what they talked about, a lot of third-party support coming to Xbox One. I can't care less about Jeff Keighley and what his opinions are, just because like I feel like he's getting paid to talk about certain stuff. But I don't know. I just didn't really like how he like presented himself, as well as the presentation itself, because he screen captured the premiere. It definitely, like, it felt like it was screen captured because of, like, the amount of lag and stuff happening within the stream. His voice cutting in and out and stuff like that. And I don't believe the guests they had on there. And, of course, shout-outs to Jacksepticeye, the Game Theorist, Ninja, among many other people. No, it's cool. It's cool, fam. But definitely, those people are definitely like excited. I can definitely tell that they're excited for a lot of the games that they were even talking about. But one game that I couldn't honestly care less, just because I haven't really played much of it, but I want to get into, is Dragon Quest. And Dragon Quest 11, I think, is actually coming to Xbox Series X, as well as the original Xbox One, which I don't know. It's the kind of the same feeling whenever the hero from Dragon Quest got into Smash. Like, I was down for it, but at the same time, I don't know much about the series, don't know much about the character, or the characters, I should say. But yeah, definitely Phantasy Star Online is one that I actually want to get into. The new Genesis, Phantasy Star Online 2. Coming 2021. I'm down for Phantasy Star. I'm down for MMOs in general. I just need to have good internet to play them. This one looked a lot more like a Tom Clancy game. I forgot what this one's even called. X something. It was about to say it. 1 second. At Crossfire X. The multiplayer was free to play. Single player is coming to Xbox One. Xbox Series X, and it's also an Xbox One game that's also going to come out later this year. As you can tell, a lot of people have been talking about all that. And then we get to the big boy. We get to the one that actually made me lose my mind, and we didn't get any gameplay of it, unfortunately. But here is the big one that literally caught me off guard, and I feel like everyone at Game Explain is also like, "What? We actually predicted that? What?" But it is, I'm just going to let the trailer play out for itself so you guys can go and see that.
The world is filled with stories of legendary heroes and treacherous villains, of fantastical creatures and wondrous places, where nature and magic live in perfect harmony. Not all stories have happy endings.
So yes,
Has yet to be written.
Fable coming to the Series X and Windows PC. I lost my mind seeing this, and we didn't even get any gameplay of it. Just the announcements. Someone even to say this, even the possibility of Fable. Fable was my very first ever like Western RPG that I fully got into. I've heard of stuff like the Elder Scrolls series before, but Fable had this weird type of like feeling whenever I played it. Like, it was really good. You play as a character, and you are like your choices make different consequences, which is kind of similar to a lot of games that have been coming out recently. But Fable was like the guinea pig to like start off those types of games. And definitely Fable has been a game that I've been wanting to see a new game or even a remake of the first game, which actually got a remake, which is on Game Pass right now, that I love. Fable Anniversary is actually way good, and I've wanted to spend more time with Fable Anniversary, but of course I've been doing other stuff, as I've been saying. I want to get past all the Kingdom Hearts games that I have on the 1.5 plus 2.5 pack, just so I can finish that off my list, and also because I haven't touched those games. Those games have a brand new taste in my mouth. I'm still stuck at Ursula, if that's something that you guys know how to beat, but Wild Controls in a 2002 game, man. That's it. But yeah, that was the Xbox events. A lot of good games, a lot of good first party games, because this video is just all the first party games and all the games that are going to come out launch date, launch window, Halo Infinite, Fable, a lot of good games that is just, I didn't expect so much good stuff to come out of just this year, just of this game, just everything, like just everything that came out of this time. It's been a very good pleasure watching all of it. Obviously, we want to know when games are coming out. A lot of them say holiday 2020, a lot of them say holiday 2021, or just 2021 in general. And so we wanting that release dates. More footage will be showing off in the coming months, and maybe an event in August, maybe an event in September. I will try to do my best to get a live reaction out of them. Obviously, I wasn't able to do anything live this past week. It's been crazy. My mom was sick, and we thought that she had COVID. Actually, we had to go check and see if she had it. She was not. She's good. She's healthy, ish. She's still kind of sick, but she is fine. She's all good. She's been keeping herself in her bedroom. But if she's watching this stream, I do want to say that you're awesome. Life has definitely been a little bit harder, but we pushed through. I'm actually streaming this week, which I honestly thought I wasn't going to. And, of course, all the new videos and stuff will also get posted up that I said I was going to this week, such as the new song, as well as a couple of videos I have on the back burner. But I think going back to Xbox, we have a lot of good stuff. I think that this is going to be the best system. I think this is going to be the best